Hi friends, Kim from Stamping Imperfection. Welcome to my channel. I have a card to share using this month's Not Too Shabby subscription kit. And when I first decided to subscribe to these, I thought they were kind of pricey, but I wanted to just try them out because they look like they had really cute things in them, and you really do get a ton of stuff in them, and I've loved every kit I've gotten so far. Usually you get two nice big stamp sets, and one of them tends to be a little bit more serious and one tends to be a little bit more whimsical, and I'm finding that I'm really enjoying the whimsical stamp sets. They're not usually my thing. Like, I don't love puns, but I'm actually really enjoying the whimsical nature of the one stamp set. You also get a couple packages of ephemera, and the ephemera is gorgeous. I've been making scrapbook layouts with it. You also get two paper packs, and they always have different color schemes, which I really like. So, I mean, these are 24 double-sided papers in each pack. So you're getting 48 pieces of pattern paper each month. It's a lot, you know. I mean, you need to use that. And so far, I have not used an entire pack of paper, so I'm working on it. And when I moved the paper, I realized I got another little stamp that I really like. This little stamp set, I think it's really fun. It says whipped cream fixes everything. That's so true. You also always get this little goodie bag. It's always got a little sweet treat in it, and a little sticker, and some sequins or sparkles. And this month we got an entire package of strawberry shortcake sprinkles from Cat Scrappiness included in this kit, and I love it. It's so cute. Like, definitely, as soon as I see this package, I know I have to create a shaker card so I can use these sprinkles in the card. So I immediately decided I'm going to do that, and that's just a little sticker, so I'll put that aside. And I'm thinking that I want to use that whimsical stamp set and the pink and blue and red papers. I really like I like that. I think I'm going to just make a fun card. They go perfectly with the sprinkles. So this sort of has like a sentiment builder thing going on, because it's got that stamp that says "You make me," and then you can add happy, sweet, so berry. Like you can really add a lot of things here. And here we can see some of the patterns. So I'm just checking out the patterns. You can see you could get two pages of each pattern, so you're getting a lot of papers here. I love the light blue with this, and I'm thinking that's what I'm going to use. Really, I'm going to end up, for the card I'm making, I'm going to end up needing both sheets of that light blue. And I'm thinking I want to make a little frame, and I'm also thinking that I want to make a mini slimline, because I have a set of really sweet little mini slimline frames that are scalloped rectangles, and I love the scallop on them. I think it's so sweet, and I think it will be perfect for this gingham. And I love the ginghams and the polka dots and stuff in this paper pack. So I'm already planning on a couple of scrapbook layouts I want to make, and so I'm enjoying this not just for card making, but also for scrapbooking. I don't really use a lot of die cuts on my cards, like pre-made ephemera die cuts. I actually really like those for scrapbook layouts and traveler's notebook layouts. So I did go ahead and use that frame from Cat Scrappiness, and I die cut it out with my die cut machine. I am going to now cut down the second sheet of this light blue gingham and make it fit to size my frame, which is about 3 1/4 by 5 3/4. So that's what I cut it down to. I cut a piece of acetate down, and I used liquid glue and just gently placed that acetate on that frame with the liquid glue. And I'm not pushing down on it. I do not want to squish the glue out onto the acetate. I find it really hard to get the glue smudges off the acetate, and still have it look nice and clean and clear. So I'm being careful. I'm just putting it aside while it dries a little bit. And I'm adding my 1/8 inch foam strips around the edge. That's what I like to use with this particular frame. I really like these 1/8 inch frame or foam strips. I got them from scrapbook.com and I really like them. So I'm going to pour some of my sprinkles in here. And I'm going to take a little bit of time to make sure that the sprinkles are only one layer thick, because that 1/8 inch foam is perfect for one layer of sprinkles. But if any of them are like doubled up or tipped sideways, they'll get caught where they are when you put that acetate and frame on. And then, the shaker bits will move fine around it, but you'll always have that one that's, stuck in that one spot. So I try to avoid it by spreading out my sprinkles a little bit. And I'm removing the paper backing on those foam pieces. And now I'm just going to carefully place my frame and acetate down on top. And I put it on my card base, which, by the way, I cut at 6 by 7 inches, and I scored and folded it at 3.5. And that gave me a nice little peek of that white card base around the outside edge. So I did pull out the Whimsical stamp set here. I actually really like this. And I believe you can purchase all of these things separately. This is called Berry Sweet. And I really love that strawberry in the top. And they have like a lady strawberry with some flowers and hearts, and a man strawberry with a mustache and a bow tie, so you can do what you want. I just want the strawberry with the face. And I love this little, I'm assuming it's like a strawberry lemonade cup or something. It almost looks like it has little seeds inside it. So I think you can have a lot of fun coloring that. In the summer, you could maybe make it a watermelon look. But I like the way this came out. I think they're really sweet. I did use my Maker Forte Color Hive inks there and colored those in with that. Now I used that ink because it's my favorite ink for Copic coloring. It dries immediately. I don't have to wait for it to dry. I can immediately take my markers and they do not smudge. I always used to use my Catherine Pooler, but Catherine Pooler ink, midnight black ink, has to actually have a little bit of drying time, or you have to hit it with your heat tool. And I'm using the R39, 37, 35, 32, and 30 set to color in the red of the strawberry here. And I always leave a good amount of the strawberry that looks not quite as ripe as the rest of it, because my husband likes strawberries that are not quite ripe enough. And if it's got a little bit of like white and green space that's not at all ripe, he loves them. I really like ripe strawberries, so I think he's nuts. I did pull out G17, G14, and I don't think I could find my G12, so I just pulled out like G20 or something like that to fill in the leaves. I pulled out a couple yellows to do the flower, and I just had fun with it. I used the lighter pink on the little spots on the cheeks, and I think this is so cute. I did go ahead and color the little cup and everything too, and then I used my brother's Scan and Cut to cut these out. I always leave that little 0.4 white space around the edge when I cut them out, because I do like white space around ephemera pieces in my scrapbook. So I don't mind it at all when I do something like this. So I did go ahead and use my journaling pen. I have a black journaling pen, and I picked the 0.5 because this actually has quite a nice black line around the edge, and I just wanted to tidy up that black line. So I just went around the edge. I went over the eyes and the mouth and the cheekbone or the cheek circles there and just made it a little bit darker because I think my ink pad needs to be re-inked again. It wasn't quite as dark and crisp as I like it, so I just went over those bits and I also pulled out my white gel pen and added some gel pen details. And I'm not really in the habit of using the gel pen, but with these whimsical stamps, I really like it. And I had taken a class about a month or so ago through Tailored Expressions. It was actually their Stamp Joy virtual weekend, and they did a whole class on adding gel pen details, and I thought it was really useful. It's hard to find like places to learn gel pen details, but you can see I put a curved line with 2 dots, and then I just put a couple dots on each leaf, and I really like the way those turned out. Those are all cut out now, and I decided I wanted to do something a little different with my sentiment. I want to heat emboss it in white on black, but I have this little strip of gingham left, and I kind of want to use that because I think it will look nice against the black with the white heat embossing. But just to give it a little detail, I did pull out my embossing tool and emboss that black cardstock before I used my VersaMark ink and white embossing powder. I did heat set it. Now I'm just adding that little piece in, and I trimmed all around it, and now I just have to play around with where I want to put this. So I used that little strip of gingham like a separation between the 2 parts of the sentiment, but it's not actually working on the card very well. So I will end up modifying this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the black part off the bottom. I did leave a teeny bit of black along that gingham on the bottom just to outline it a little bit, and trim down the happy nice and tight around the word and place that in separately. And I also decided that it wasn't working in this direction vertically, so I flipped the card sideways, and this worked much better. I had plenty of room to play around with that. I probably could have tucked the cup in there as well. That might have looked really nice too, but I was already thinking I want to use that cup on another project. So I used some of that foam tape. This is a 1/4 inch foam tape, and this is my actual favorite size on projects, this 1/4 inch. And I put it on the back of the sentiment, and I put it on the back of the strawberry, and I'm just popping them up and overlapping them, and I'm much happier with this. Like, this is the look I was going for. So I trimmed that happy down nice and tight, and I used one of the scrap pieces of that 1/8 inch stuff that I had left over from when I was making the shaker bit. And I always save those little scraps for things like this. And it fits right on the back there. So I was able to pop that up and overlap it with that gingham and tuck the one end under the strawberry. And I really like the way this card came out. It's so sweet. It's such a pretty little shaker card. And I'm thinking that somebody is going to like receiving that in the mail. I think it'll be really fun. So that is that. I'll put all the links to stuff below. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful day. And if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like.